Today, let me introduce the slicing software operation steps of 3D Talk LCD series printer. First, find the 3D Talk LCD slicer shortcut button on the desktop, double-click to open, and enter the main software page. If you installed the software at the first time, the default language of system is English. To change the operation language, please open the Setting option under the File menu bar in the upper right corner of the left side. Click the Page Language button and select the operation language you need. 3D Talk LCD slicing software currently supporting foreign languages as Chinese, English, German, Japanese, Korean, Russian, Spanish, and Turkish. After changing the language of operation, click Save. Enter the software operation section below. First, import the 3D model you need to print. And then adjust and arrange the angle according to the model features. When you need to adjust the position and angle of the model, you need to click on the model firstly, and after the model is selected, you can drag and rotate the print model. In order to save time, you can also choose to use automatic placement shortcuts to position and rotate the model. If you need other shortcuts, please pay attention to the software Apple toolbar. 3D Talk LCD slicing software supports a series of quick operation functions, such as copying, automatic typesetting, automatic placement, zooming, and mirroring. Next, we need to process the model, such as shading, punching, adding a bottom plate, adding support, and so on. Please note that all these operations must be done in support model. After we select the model, choose the support mode after the file name on the right side of the software and enter the support setting page. Completing them in the support setting page. If you need a batch process model, you can select all model files that need to be operated on the operation page, and then click the upper right button to combine all the models. Here, you need to pay attention to the model. All action will be applied to all selected models. If you need to work with this model separately, you can click the Separate Disjoint Shells in the upper left corner, and then process the individual model separately. Hollow mesh are the flexible drainage hole. If the model is not processed in original design software, it can be processed and added with flexible drainage hole by the 3D Talk LCD slicing software hollow mesh function, which can effectively save the usage of your printing consumers. First, we need to select the model to be shelled and punched. Then click the Shell function button in the toolbar. Then select the thickness of the model after shelling. And finally, click on the hollow mesh to complete the operation. After model will be sealed from the operation of the hollow mesh, we can add some drawn holes to allow the internal resin to flow out through the drawn holes. Where we need to click the Add Drawn Hole button in the toolbar and click on the model. Select the option on the model where you need to add holes and click the left button to add. To adjust the hole size, you can set it in the Setting option in the File menu bar in the upper left corner. After clicking the Setting option, select the corresponding model, click the Support Setting, click the Discharge Hole, and adjust the discharge value through the parameter setting value to set the diameter of the discharge hole. Set support parameters. Set the parameters such as the density of support points and the diameter of tips in the support parameters. The setting of the parameters can be adjusted according to the slice preview effect after the support is generated. The slice preview effect shows your support density, position, and thickness. After all the support parameters are set, click Generate Support. The system will automatically generate support according to the parameters you set. After support is generated, the model support effect can be previewed. If you need to handle the support you need separately, you can also click on the corresponding support to move, delete, enlarge, and other operations. After the support is completed, enter the slicing section. Click the Start Slice button at the top side of the toolbar. Select the file save location. Then select the printer you can use and edit the appropriate print parameters. In the Materials and Print files, select the Edit button to adjust the print profile. Set parameters such as horizontal composition and curing time. When the setup is completed, click the Save button. Then change the name of the saved file, and finally click Start Slicing. Once the slice is completed, the sliced data can be transferred to the printer for printing. Finally, all software operations are completed.